the Thursday, we mandated the hours be in here 4 hours a week. So that includes that 4 hours that we mandated last year into that. And we've actually, the CEO and building inspection person for Mr. Nason, who's currently holding that position, is only actually $2,000.
Yeah, we cut it $1,000.
We got, I know, but
And then the person who will be filling in in the office on that portion of the tie is 2,800 hours. That's the 4 hours a week that we mandate that they be here on that Thursday. Then you have just regular expenses, mileage, dues and workshops. When you add it all up, because of the mandate of the hours, if we didn't have the office hours and we weren't opening up the office at least a little bit every day for the townspeople, we could cut back some serious budgets.
okay.
But that's where
I'm
that
just
money's
curious.
come from. Okay. Emergency management.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Budget
cut
went down.
his budget.
Yeah, his budget went down, yeah.
Highways and streets.
This appears to have gone down.
Yes.
And it looks like we don't have any big projects on the horizon for this coming year or plan.
That's not true.
Okay.
Actually, there are two proposed for this year. We just have to, as a board, decide which one we're going to do.
Okay.
And they range everywhere from, I think it's 58,000 to 79. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Yeah, I didn't
The
bring those this
the
evening.
portion of Lyford Road, or
90.
That was,
91?
yeah, we don't have anything under 75.
The plan basically is.
oh no, it was actually, if we did, okay, there was two roads that we were doing, and I was thinking one of those was one amount, the other was the other amount. Okay.
So those will
I
be
don't have
on the warrant article as a warrant?
Yeah,
article?
there's $60,000 that we were asking for warrant,
Yeah, I saw it on that.
that will go to cover towards that project. Though we actually had that on the budget before we actually got the road committee's recommendations. Thank you. So we may either change that, live with it, or modify the recommendations to meet what we have for our budget.
And what we've done in the past, because we never know what asphalt's going to cost, we're planning on 75,000. Let's just say the project comes in at 85,000. What we've been doing is the 75,000 out of the warrant article, and the extra 10,000 comes out of our O&M funds for roads and highways in town. This last year, is an aside, Stoneham Road, the last time I saw the figures, we had budgeted 75,000, we spent about 65,000 and some odd change. So we came in under budget.
Yeah, 65,271. So that project came in under budget, $9,729.
Well, while we're on that subject, on line 4312.361, road agent charges, it looks like we had a lot more charges from the road agent than what we had budgeted. Did that include his work on the warrant article? Is it,
No.
no. It just, we wound up paying
O&M.
down towards the
summer maintenance.
O&M was over by 2,000. However, if you look at materials, we were 5,000 under there.
I'm looking at road
No,
agent.
I see, road agent charges
It just is a bit, it kind of
64,000.
jumps out at you that it was.
Yeah, it was
over budget.
64,000, and then 87,000 was the actual
I'm
cost.
sorry, yeah,
Where materials was budgeted for 35 and we actually spent 15.
that's
Right.
the one.
I think that has to do with, it was how we modified what we actually ended up doing this year to the
Okay.
roads.
We still stayed within the framework of the budget by not spending as much on materials, spending a little more for manpower, is that?
Right.
And actually, for materials, our salt barn, we had a full supply of salt, a full supply of gravel, all paid for before the start of winter. So
We had the cleanup
We have-
operation out back.
yeah, we've been taking down trees and cleaning up and back to
Okay.
make it look better.
Sanitation, it went down just under $1,000. Health agencies. These are our three that we donate to on a regular basis. Under, yep, go ahead, Frank.
They put their requests in, does this reflect their current request?
Absolutely.
So their level of funding?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Direct assistance. Vendor payments and others. And again, under vendor payments, you're looking at Tri-County Cap and the Wakefield, Brookfield Food Pantry. What's that?
I should put Wakefield.
And again, those were level funded. Culture and recreation. And then agriculture, Heritage Commission. I thought we were splitting that one.
Well, it's sort of split. Agriculture is first, Agriculture Commission, and
Then the Heritage
and
Commission.
then the Heritage Commission.
Okay.
It's just the state has them
That one line.
combined down to one line.
Okay, so then we can just take that rename and separate out of there. Conservation Commission. All right.
You want to comment on your note on really a capital reserve fund?
So the state RSAs indicate that the funds from the Conservation Commission as well as the Heritage Commission, in the past, the town of Brookfield has been putting them under the trust accounts. And the state RSAs indicate that those funds are not to be held by the trust or the trust funds, that they are actually to be under the purview of the town treasurer.
That would be the conservation, or the Heritage one.
Heritage and Conservation.
No, the conservation's a capital reserve. That's why it says that there.
I think it needs to be looked at further then, because the RSAs for the state do indicate that it would be how it was originally set up.
Right, and the conservation one was set up as a capital reserve fund, because the big discussion and the hoopla at the town meeting is that it had to go to town vote before the monies could be spent.
All right.
So that would make it a capital reserve fund. And I can pull the books and the wording up for
Yeah, we'll
you.
probably need to do
Okay.
that, because Tom was not sure.
Yep.
Okay. So this year, when we asked for the trust funds, we did get the money for the Heritage Commission as well. So those funds now reside at Meredith Village Savings Bank in its own account.
But this year they'll get nothing, right?
Pardon me?
This year they'll get nothing.
No, they're both are getting, it's on the page before, Tom.
Oh,
And it's, I have, if you look under,
45,89600 Heritage Commission expense, and right above that on 500 is the Heritage Fund, where 500 goes into the Heritage Fund, and below that is the 500 for their expenses.
and then on the
there's a
conservation,
There is a zero.
There is a zero, I'll have
Yep.
to change it to the 500.
No, that has to go on to warrant under transfer to capital reserve.
I thought under the warrant article they passed, it was gonna be 500 a year.
It is.
Right.
Right,
So it doesn't have to go to another warrant?
it does. Every year it has to go
Every
to.
year. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's not automatic, it goes every year, because boards change, times change, finances change.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing is that I know that when you did the MS September,
MS 5?
no, that's April, the one in September with the income, she indicated that the conservation was, was where I had put it as well. So we have to check with the
Okay.
state. Jeannie Sams, right?
Yeah,
Jeannie
Jeannie Sams.
I will give her a call or email her.
Okay. So, under just our regular subtotal for operating budget without warrant articles, our new proposed budget for 2012 is $609,187.
It'll have to go up to 500, so I'm at 687.
They're
Only
going
if it goes there.
Only if it goes there, sorry.
Right.
and when we did this, we didn't have the last, next to last warrant article for the town cemetery fund. If we want to put it in, then that's something for us to discuss.
What, here
later.
for 500?
No, more than
No,
that.
it's
1,500. 1,250.
That's
I was gonna ask
That's
when
what
we
we
got
did
down
last
there.
year,
About
and
that.
we haven't discussed it, so I just put last year's number in for
Oh.
discussion.
I thought we did discuss it, decided not to do it.
No, I think we cut it to 1,500. Or
Okay.
1,250.
Well, that's gonna blow all my, you guys are blowing all my numbers out the windows here.
I can give you new ones.
Just our regular operating budget as it sits right now has been reduced by about just a little over $20,100 from last year. When you add in our capital outlay, which is repair of town roads this year, which would make it, we're asking for $60,000 on a warrant article. I think that we'll need to discuss that and look at the road projects and come up if that's the number we're going to stay with. The transfer to capital reserve, which is the road and bridge repair, the scholastic fund warrant article, it's town cemetery fund, the conservation trust fund. Then you add in the transfer to expendable trust, which are the expendable trust funds, which is the building maintenance and ground fund, and the office equipment fund, and the reevaluation fund. It brings the total up to $759,000. That's not right.
760,437.
760,437.
Yes.
New numbers. Brings the total up to $760,437, which is a decrease in our total overall budget by $13,000 and some change.
Good.
Question for you.
Or $12,000 and some change, actually. Yes.
The municipal portion of our taxes last year was set on what number?
$773,274
For the town.
for the town.
Which number was it? The one on the right?
The one on the left.
The one all the way to the left, under the 2011 proposed budget,
773?
$773,274.
Was that as amended? We amended a couple things at town meeting.
That would be
Yes.
the final.
This is the
number.
final number.
This is the, okay, fine.
Okay, so we raised taxes to support 773, but we really spent 701.
Yes, we came in under
Right.
budget by $72,000 this year.
We do every year, pretty much.
We tried.
We tried.
We try, you do a good job, Eric.
I remember there's one year that we
Everybody
came in
down.
under just under $100.
Yeah.
But we came in under budget.
That becomes the problem of trying to keep a very tight budget. If you keep it too tight, which works one way, but on the other hand, you don't have that reserve to pull from, which has helped keep our tax rates down.
So speaking of reserves, we every year we talk about the road and bridge repair fund, how much to put in it. You're gonna go back to 75,000 this year because you anticipate some stuff in the future, or you just don't like the balance?
No,
The balance around, I don't know what the current balance is, and we dropped it down to around